Hi everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Food and Fashion. Today we're going to be using an oversized men's cotton t-shirt to make this wonderful tank top you see beside me. Feeling very Vanna White. Alright, anyways, let's get going. Alright, here's what we're going to need. Your oversized t-shirt, a sports bra that you like the fit of, a straight roller, a curved roller. If you don't have one, that's okay. I'll show you how to improvise. Chalk, a sewing machine or a needle and thread, sewing pins, and your scissors. Okay, so first we're going to decide where we want the top part of our shirt to end and where we want our shirt to end. So for that, we're going to take a ruler. I'm going to go ahead and use a soft ruler. If you don't have one, that's okay. And I want the yoke of my shirt to end about here. And I'm just going to let it go down. And I want mine to be about 18 inches long. I'm going to go ahead and add another, if I can get 20 inches, that would be amazing. 19 we can work with. So that's about how long I want the actual body of this shirt. All right guys, so I have my shirt laid out here. It's just folded on itself. Everything's nice and flat. All of my ends match up, the sleeves are matching up. And I'm gonna go ahead and come up my 19 inches from the bottom. And I'm gonna make a little mark on the shirt. And then come up 19 inches over here. Make a little mark on the shirt. And over here. And then I'm going to go straight across and connect my lines. All right, and that's going to be my very first cut line. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Okay, perfect. This portion we're going to save for later, so I'm just going to set this aside. And now if you open it back up, you just have the top portion to work with. And it's actually, I cut the sleeve so it's completely open down here, which is perfectly fine. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut off the sleeves. I'm going to stay really close to this seam line for now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this, having the shoulder seams match, having the neck line up so that my center front and my center back are touching, and just going to cut the collar off. If you wanted the front of your shirt to come down a little bit lower, this would be where you could use the curved ruler and draw that in. Personally, I'm going to keep mine where it was pretty much. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we have the shirt folded so that the back side is together and the fronts are facing. All right, so this is our neck right here, and this is our shoulder right here. So what I'm going to do in the back is lay down my ruler and give myself 2 inches on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And then I'm going to come in with my sports bra, and I'm going to take this curve right here draw that in. Okay, I actually do want my straps a little bit thicker than that, so I'm going to go ahead and come in and extend those a little bit. I want mine to be about 2.5, so I'm gonna go through and mark 2.5 all the way up to the shoulder. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to take my curve ruler and kind of work that line in. So it's basically the same shape, it's just gonna be a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna come to the front, and if this is my shoulder right here that I'm taking out, and this strap is gonna come in here, then that means my armhole is gonna need to come down a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is mark my 2.5 here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take my curved ruler and just kind of dip that down. Wow, where do you fit? So that and that'll just go from the underarm up to the shoulder seam. And then I think we're ready to cut. Okay, so let's see what we're working with. We have our razor back right here. We have the end of our shirt. This right here is going to be the straps. This is the front, and this should be under the arm. Yeah, I like that. Now, when working with jersey, one of the great things about it is you don't have to put a finishing hem on anything. I'll show you a little secret. See all these rough edges right here that look kind of nasty, and you can see, especially right here on where my pieces meet, you can see little imperfections. Just take it and pull and stretch it, and the ends will actually just curl. And so that's going to hide any imperfections. So I'm just going to go around the neckline, the shoulder, and the back, and just stretch it out. Okay. There's that. Okay guys, now it's time to get sewing. And fold the right sides together so that the wrong sides are facing out. And we're gonna take our side seams over here and we're gonna reattach those, making sure nothing's getting twisted. And you don't really have to pin if you don't want to, but I'm going to. Pin this guy. Like I said, this is really going to want to, the fabric's going to want to turn on you and start flipping around and acting all crazy. Okay, so now we're going to sew our sides back together. Okay, so now that we have the top portion completed, we're going to focus on the bottom. Okay, so this is the bottom half of our shirt. I'm going to lay that down flat, and you can see right here this little awkward bit of sleeve. I want to take that out, so I'm going to put these guys together, make sure everything's flat. Okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that off. Draw a line right there. take off the hem on the bottom of the shirt. My scissors are fighting cutting this many layers of fabric. It's definitely time to get them sharpened. All right. So now we have a big tube. And what we're gonna do, doesn't matter where you start, all that matters is that you do not backstitch. We're gonna do what's called a gathering stitch, and we're gonna start somewhere, stitch all the way around on your largest setting on your sewing machine, and do not backstitch when you start or when you finish. Okay, I'll meet you back here when I'm done. And remember that gathering stitch I told you to put in? This is what we're gonna do with it. We are going to pick a team, either the top thread or the bottom thread. And what I like to do is lay it out nice and flat. And I'm gonna go ahead and go with the top thread. I like to wrap a little bit around my finger like that, and then you just pull. So you're only gonna pull the top. And you wanna do this really carefully. You just kind of pull and scooch. So you wanna keep your threads separate. Make sure you're only pulling the top. You wanna go really slow so you don't break anything. Because if your thread breaks, you have two options. Switch to pleats or resew it. All right, I'll see you back here in 10 years when I'm done gathering this. Okay, so now that we have our gathers in, we're gonna undo them some. And you wanna lay your top out so that you can make this fit into it eventually. And since we already did all that hard work with the gathers, we're just kind of gonna move them around, make sure that they stay even. I think this is the best way to do that. Okay, that should do it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the top of my top, that's the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up through it so that my raw edges are touching. And I'm just gonna sew, or I'm gonna pin my raw edges all the way around. And if you need to keep moving your gathers and stretching it to make it fit, this is the time to do it. And once I have this whole piece fitted and pinned, I'm just going to sew one big circle at about 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, so here we are back from the sewing machine, and I've got a lot of loose broken threads, all that from all the gathering, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the nasty threads. It's not handmade unless it's covered in strings, right? Okay, where's this guy? That should be good. That should be good. Let's flip it out and see how we did. Oh my God, that's so cute. Okay, I gotta try this on. All right, well this is it. This is the final product. I'm absolutely loving how this top came out. I love the colors, I love the scoop neckline, I love the detail in the back. I know I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this top. I hope yours came out great too. Please send me pictures. I absolutely love seeing pictures of your projects. For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's talk food and fashion. Until next time, guys.